My name is Valentine Joroge. I am the co-founder and CEO of Africa's Pocket. What we are is a one-stop shop. We really want to be the place where you can come, you can learn about your money, and then we want to help you turn that education into a real plan that you can execute. And then finally, act. We have recently been able to start offering investment opportunities to people, and we're building a whole platform where you can manage all of your investments in one place. And the reason why we want to do this is because we think it's important for us as Africans to build generational wealth. And you find that it's so difficult to find information that's specific to the African context, specific to the Kenyan context. A narrative that we hear so much is, hey, okay, now I've paid all my bills. I don't have any money left. So there's no way that I'm going to start investing because I don't have enough. I only have 2K, so I might as well enjoy. Or I save, I even plan to save, but something comes up, somebody calls my phone, whether it's contributing to relatives, your family, or it's enjoyment. Something happens to those investments at the end of the day. And the conclusion usually here is that even if I save, it will be so little, it doesn't even matter. And this is the first mindset I want us to change. I want us to take it upon ourselves to use this principle: save before you spend. Now, what you find is that typically you start with your income. You make whatever money you make, your salary, your side hustle, whatever, your commissions. You start with your income. Then you pay your bills. So you pay your landlord, you buy your food, you pay for Zuku, you pay your matatu, etc. Then whatever remains, that's what you save. That's generally what happens. Now, what I would like us to do is completely change that narrative. Get it out of your mind and start thinking about it a little bit differently. So we start with the same income. But what I would like us to do is start by saving first. So take an amount every single month religiously and save it first. Then whatever is left, you have your expenses fit into that. Now, a lot of people hear this and they're like, yeah, we've had this before, but like actually practically, how do you do it? So let me show you. When you look at our typical budget, this is a person who earns 50,000 a month. We'll call them Peter. So Peter earns 50K salary, and then he's taxed 30%. So you can see the 30% there, which means that the tax that's going to be taken out of PAYE is 15%. A lot of the things here are simplified just to make it easier to explain the example. So whatever he's left with after he's paid tax is 35,000. That's what usually we call your net pay. Now he pays rent, he pays other costs. So this is like supermarket, transport, matatu, etc. He enjoys life over there for 5,000. And then he's saving up towards a TV. So he has this thing that he's kind of saving up for month on month, and he's putting away 3,000 a month for that. So the balance is 2,000. And so he says, okay, I'm going to save 2,000. Now, when you look at it in the context of a map, you find that this money he's paid to the government, the 30% tax, is actually his salary for January, February, March, and half of April. Let that sink in. The government, they took their money already. Then the rent comes next. So half of April, May, June, July, money over. So between tax and rent, 7 months of salary have gone. Then the other regular cost, that's the 10,000 per month. That is August, September, and some of October. And then he enjoys, that's October and some of November. Then the TV is a little bit of November and 2 weeks of December. And then whatever is left is this 2 weeks of December, which probably, you know how December usually is. So really, is this person actually making progress in their financial lives? The answer is no. So let's see what happens when you move things around a little bit. So let's say that now Peter has decided, actually, I'm just going to save 6K per month, no matter what. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. I just have to find the 6K and pay it, and I'm going to take it the same time as the government. So the salary is the same, 50,000. The 30% is the same. You can't change that. Do not, please pay your taxes. Don't try to avoid. So same until mid-April, government takes it. But this time what we're doing is we're saving fast. So we're saying we're going to put away 6,000. So that becomes, instead of just the 2 weeks that was there before, we have 2 weeks plus a whole month and a little bit of June. Then for you to be able to afford this 6,000, you have to now play with 29,000 that's left in your salary. So a few things have to give. So here, what he chooses to do is reduce his rent a little bit, which can be difficult to do, but it's possible to even negotiate in the same house. And with your roadmap to wealth, we actually give you scripts that you can use to negotiate even when you're in the same house without moving. Then there are other regular costs. He also reduces that from 10,000 to 7,500. He keeps enjoying life the same, and he keeps his big consumption. So really, it's an adjustment in one major cost, and then probably pinching a little bit from the other regular costs. And there's a whole chapter on how to do this in your roadmap to wealth. And because of that, he's able to put away 6,000 now per month. And something that I like to do, a nice tip, is that if you multiply everything by 12, then you really start to understand how much you're putting away. It gives you this context, this visual context of actually it's equivalent to this much of my annual salary. And then you can start seeing possibilities of how you can increase it. It starts giving you agency of how you can earn more and what that means for your overall investment strategy. So the first thing that I'll ask us to do is put yourself first. Come up with an amount and just say, I'm going to remove it no matter what. And I'm going to find ways to either increase my income or to reduce my spending so that I can consistently meet this number.